Hi everybody, I'm Tom and welcome to a Newb Improves, quite possibly the most optimistically named series on YouTube. Today we are playing some more Titanfall and I am doing Know Your Enemy. Basically, I seem to get killed a lot with Smart Pistol, and in order to work out sort of how they work, I decided that I would go around and use it for a while. Which is all very well and good. But I have found out that it does seem like I was right when I said what was I saying? Yeah. I was right when I said that basically there is ways to combat it, and it's not a perfect weapon for every situation. And yeah, I have found that sometimes it is better to sorry, I'm just caught up watching how badly I'm playing this. Yeah, sometimes it is better to not use the auto lock on and to just go into Iron Sight. And sometimes it's better to switch to your secondary weapon. I got a good few kills by switching directly to the auto pistol in my secondary, because the Smart Pistol is a moderately powerful pistol. The only real thing it's got going for it is the lock-on, and I have unlocked the enhanced targeting. I just decided not to use it. And without the enhanced targeting, the time to kill with the Smart Pistol is just kind of insane, actually. Like, there are many weapons which have a shorter time to kill than the Smart Pistol lock-on, and if you're going toe-to-toe with someone, then you're not going to come out too well unless you actually take full advantage of the Smart Pistol's lock-on and just move an awful lot and stop them getting a manual lock-on. And it's as simple as that. And yeah, basically I wanted to use the Smart Pistol so I could find out a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to work out whether a broken lock-on is broken permanently or if there's a short grace period. As far as I can tell, there isn't actually any grace period at all. If the lock-on is broken, that means you've got to get the lock-on again from scratch. I also wanted to know if climbing over ledges or grabbing onto ledges will break the lock-on, and it does. And yeah, it's a very unique weapon to use, I'll say that right away. It takes a lot of practice to get anywhere near good with it, and I haven't had that practice. The amped Smart Pistol that you get from the burn cards, that certainly is very overpowered. The lock-on time with that is short enough that you can essentially go around wrecking people, but at the same time, I mean, if you look at the amp shotgun, it's essentially a very powerful automatic shotgun. And the shotgun itself is very powerful to begin with. So, yeah, I think a lot of the amped weapons are powerful if you know how to use them properly. But I can certainly see why people say that the smart pistol is overpowered. I honestly don't think that it is, really. I won't be using it anymore because it just doesn't seem challenging to me, I guess, but I definitely think that if I get good enough at the game, then the smart pistol won't be killing me anymore. The other thing is, I noticed that when I've been getting lots and lots of kills in the match, there's always been something that I noticed about these kills, and that is they all happen to be people who are not moving properly. They are yeah, I knew I was going to die there. They're people standing still, they're walking in straight lines, they're not looking around properly, no proper observation really, and it's just, that would be an easy kill in any situation. See there, a smart pistol versus a rifle. Smart pistol came off definitely worse. It took less shots to kill me, and it took less time to get the kill than it took to get the lock on. So, yeah, I mean, I can get what people are saying, that not having to lock on it makes it easier to use, but at the same time it also presents a very real challenge. And I think there's two types of smart pistol users. There's the people who use it at the lower end of matchmaking, and then there's the people who use it at the upper end of matchmaking, and the difference between the way they use the smart pistol is very, very different. If you're up against someone at the lower brackets of matchmaking and they've got a smart pistol, you're not going to have too much trouble taking them out. If you're up against someone in the upper brackets of matchmaking and they've got a smart pistol, then it becomes a much more skill game. It really is all about how quickly you can move and how much cover you can get, and it's basically all kinds of things that would be taken into account if they was using any other weapon. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see why people hate the smart pistol, but I stand by what I always said. If you know how to handle it, it's not an overpowered weapon, and if you don't know how to handle it, just use it for a few hours and see how it works, and see, sort of see where its strengths are and where its weaknesses are. Like I said, this is the amped one here, and that is very, very powerful. But the standard smart pistol is just, there's nothing really about it that means that you're definitely gonna die if you face someone who's using it. And I definitely think that people who complain a lot about the smart pistol are really just complaining because they're not that good players. And I mean, you saw me kill someone just then. I didn't even lock on. I just shot them straight in the back, and they didn't react at all.
Manual control.
And I think it's important to know what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and if you're dying a lot to a particular type of weapon, I don't think it's fair to blame that weapon. I think it's probably time to look at your playstyle. That's kind of just my opinion. I mean, I am by no means the best player of any sort of game, let alone a first-person shooter. But I've played against smart pistols, and I've played with smart pistols now, and yeah, that's my opinion on it. It is definitely not an overpowered weapon. And I think if I actually recorded some matches where it felt like I was getting killed an awful lot with the smart pistol, if I then went, if I watched that back and actually counted how many times I died to the smart pistol versus how many times I died to any other kind of weapon, then I think it would be about even. I don't think my death rate against the smart pistol would be all that much different from my death rate against any other kind of weapon. Like I said, if I'm playing well, then I don't have problems with the smart pistol. If I'm playing badly, I'm likely having trouble with all the players. I will say that I've been getting a fairly decent kill to death ratio with the smart pistol, but nothing really different from what I was getting in the previous generation when I was using a shotgun the whole time. And it's certainly not matching up to my best match. I think I had a I think maybe 14 and 3 was probably my best match with the smart pistol, and that match was definitely against players who they were kind of at a lower skill level to me, I think, which isn't anything against them, but I think that it's important to note, if I'm getting good matches against people who are slightly less skilled, then it's not really an indication of how good the weapon is. And in the same day, I've had some really, really good matches with the smart pistol, and I've had some really, really bad matches with the smart pistol, and the difference really was who I was playing against. In the bad matches, they moved an awful lot more, and they never stood still. They never gave me really a chance to get a lock on, and they were much more observant. They always looked around them and saw that I was there, and that, like I said, that's the difference between the two. You've got to, in Titanfall at least, you've got to be always moving, and if you're not, you're going to die to whatever weapon someone's got. It doesn't matter if they've got a smart pistol or a car SMG or a carbine. You're going to die to them. So yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts on it. Let's see, what am I doing this time? Yeah, this has been a fairly good match, this one. I started out with the Amp Smart Pistol, which got me a nice few kills, and I've just been popping in and out of my Titan as it's been arriving. Something which I do think needs to be changed about Titanfall is the Titans. I've got no idea if I've already talked about this or not, but the Titans disappear off your minimap if they're not firing within your range. And I don't know, that doesn't seem right. I mean, I can understand why the pilots would disappear off, but the Titans are these huge, great hunks of metal. I mean, if we're looking at it from a perspective that they've got some monitoring technology up in a space station or something, and they are using it to update our maps, then the pilots I can understand. They may have shielding, they may have noise dampeners or whatever. It's kind of understandable that they wouldn't be able to track every single pilot on the battlefield, or every single enemy pilot on the battlefield. But the Titans, they're huge, great hunks of metal. They're giving off like a half dozen different types of radiation, and they're making huge amounts of noise. So yeah, I think the Titan should always be on the minimap, but that's just kind of my personal opinion. Of course, if we're going with the logical story-based type thing, then it should be possible for a pilot to appear on your minimap if any one of you has a visual on it. Unless, of course, the minimap isn't controlled from space, it's controlled from the pilot's suit themselves. Which would still mean that they should be able to detect the Titan, but it wouldn't necessarily mean that the suits would communicate with each other and highlight everything if just one person notices it, so to speak. So yeah, I've got the Amp Smart Pistol again. The difference between the Amp Smart Pistol and the Amped shotgun for me is that if I equip the Amped shotgun, I rarely ever actually use it to its full potential. Like, the big thing about the Amped shotgun is that you can use it as an automatic firing, and I don't tend to do that because I tend to very much be one shot, one kill really with the shotgun. There are a lot of times when I don't manage to do that, but in those instances I'm either dead or I just kind of, it happens so rarely that I don't remember that it's amped and I just fire it normally. I don't use the automatic part of it quite that well. But yeah, with this Smart Pistol it's very, very noticeable when you've got an amped one, because it takes so much less time to lock onto anyone. Something else I've noticed about the Smart Pistol is I tend to get very focused on a single target when I'm using it, which is kind of the nature of it, because if your gun is locking onto a single person, then you're naturally focusing on that person, especially with the big red lines on the screen going towards them. But that's very obviously not the best way to play Titanfall, because there's 6 people on each team and there could be up to 6 Titans on each team if they're all using AI Titans. So if you're focusing on just one person, you're going to get wrecked very quickly. And even when I'm playing normally, I've noticed that quite often I'll be able to follow someone with a smart pistol, and because they've been focusing so heavily on the person they're chasing down, I can follow them no problems and just get a very easy kill when they stop to fire, or when I get the right chance to focus down my sights at them. So it's something I've noticed that I've been doing as I've been playing it. I've kind of been trying not to do that, but yeah, it's definitely not easy. And that's kind of what I meant when I was talking about the higher skilled players who use smart pistol, because they will be able to follow a single target, but also to be very aware of everyone else around them. And every weapon in Titanfall has specific skills, specific ways that you can use it, and specific ways that you can use it better than the other guy who's using it. I don't know what that guy was doing. Maybe he was using the zip line to dash like that, but it looked like he had almost unlimited jump boosts. I'm having no luck whatsoever getting pilots off the top of buildings today. I've occasionally got the odd shot like that where I can get them on the ground, but when they're on buildings it's just so much more difficult. Where are we? Yeah, I think this match is probably almost over. It looks like this may have been a match that was kind of weighted in our favour, so to speak, because we're a clear 50 points ahead of them at this point. And I have died very little this match, I know that for a fact. In fact, I don't think I've lost my Titan all that much. Even now I've got this tiny sliver of health and I managed to get out of battle and get a double kill just like that, very easily. It looks like this may be it for my Titan there. I kind of wanted to go... What I wanted to do there was get very close to the edge because I knew there was a pilot there, and I wanted to get slightly out from the edge because I knew that there was a lip there and it would essentially destroy me if I hit it when I ejected. And I managed to do the fast one, but not the second. I'm just playing a bit badly at the moment because I haven't, well, because I've been in my in my Titan so much this game. I've kind of forgotten how to move as a pilot, and there's a lot going on. I always feel so much safer in my Titan than I do as a pilot. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. I could have moved very differently across that open space and I didn't. And someone with a smart pistol was able to take advantage of that. If I had been a bit more conservative with my movement, maybe got a bit higher and got a bit more speed, then that could have ended very differently. I could have survived until the end. 3 deaths, 12 kills and 3 deaths. Yeah, the smart pistol, I think if I'm not so focused and I want a couple of easy games, then the smart pistol is a good option. But like I said, only if I'm up against some lower level players. It's not going to work at all for higher level players. But anyway, that's all 3 matches, and here's the KD. It rested at 1.9 after I played that last match. So yeah, if you liked the video, please leave me a like and help me out. If you have any suggestions, then just leave a comment below. And if you want to see more Titanfall every Wednesday and Dota 2 every Saturday, then subscribe to my channel and you'll get it all in your feed very easily. Until next time, don't feed the trolls.